We are live. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Today we will be continuing and possibly finishing our GURPS Conan campaign. This, I believe, is session 13. Previous sessions can all be found on our YouTube channel. All right, before we start, is there any bookkeeping? Anyone spending any character points or anything like that?
Don't have any. Already spent them.
It's a negative.
Yeah, that's a negative for me.
Nothing for me.
Cool.
Again. Maybe for Kudo, but I gotta figure it out first.
Well, you should figure it out because once we start, you can't spend them until next session. And depending on how well you do, there may or may not be a next session. Actually, you could all die and there not be a next session anyway.
That would be hysterical.
Curse our sudden but inevitable expiration.
Yeah, we need a TPK. We haven't had a TPK.
I wouldn't say need.
We barely had a 1 PK.
I would like to add a feint attack to Kudo's repertoire.
So, like feint technique.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to have the technique. You can just roll straight off the whatever skill he's using.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the feint just makes it better. So we done with spending points on Kudo?
Yeah, just doing. I'm gonna do specifically the feint technique for Kudo.
Alright, that's fine. And that's the only change?
Only change.
Alright, quick recap. You guys have set out on a chartered mission with the patrician Dominicus. He wishes to take you to a special place, or he wishes you to be guides to a special place on the other side of Black River in the Pictish Wilderness. This is of course in breach of existing treaties and stuff like that. So what you're doing is bad form. Along the way, you had an incident where I guess everyone suspected the patrician succumbed to the demon's will that resides within him, flew off and killed some people in the Pictish Raven village. He then returned and continued on as if nothing happened. And I believe there is some concern with his own personal escort as to, some of the things that you have brought up about the patrician. In any case, you guys moved on. You crossed Black River. You had to leave behind some stuff, but you did note that when you guys crossed the river, the patrician did take out something that had been previously hidden within the cart, which was a long canvas-wrapped item, which you assume is the staff. I'll bring up that image.
Of Raw.
Where is that image? This thing.
Not there.
And you are also fairly certain that he is in possession of the Eye of the Hawk, which is an artifact that Danu wishes to recover for her tribe. She obviously did not know anything about the staff, but you know that this staff does exist. So you crossed the river, trekked through the wilderness, and we left off with you guys approaching this particular place, which is buried deep within the wood. How the patrician sort of found this place is a little odd. As it was mentioned, he was looking at maps, but anyone with a navigation ability would realize that he's not really using the map for navigation. It's
not odd. He's possessed by a demon.
He just seemed to happen upon this place.
We should kill him now.
Well, to be fair, I guess there's nothing stopping us.
This is true. And if you did that, you would screw me up because I don't have a map for that.
Oh, really?
Okay, so the patrician is rather excited that we're here, and this is where we begin. He will say, we're here, we must go inside.
Yes, yes, we must. Oh my God, this is fascinating. Look at this. Oh, it's wonderful.
Right. The voice. I've forgotten about the voice.
So he will begin to head to the entrance.
Pentious is right on his heels.
Right. Well, let's go in and end up fighting monsters.
I think
If
Balder should be curious as well.
if anyone has curious, this is certainly a time to roll, or you can just simply choose to fail.
Yeah, I thought we were going in. That's going to assuage the curiosity.
Oh, Pentious is going in. He's not even rolling.
All right, you will head in.
Mixed with Xenophilia, he's probably ahead of the patrician.
So as you all start to head in, the patrician will sort of stop at the entrance. He'll see that Pentius is close behind, and he'll say, yes, you go first.
With pleasure.
Wait. Let me search for traps.
Sure.
All right, can you make
Who
a
puts traps in their temple? That doesn't make any sense.
Can you make a traps roll into the box, please? All right, you are looking around, but you do not seem to see any traps, or at least anything that could be functionally a trap.
Looks safe to me. You can go ahead.
It's because this
Looks
whole
safe.
thing is a trap.
Looks clear.
All right, you will step in through the main entrance, and you'll find yourself in a courtyarded area. So the sky is visible above through a canopy of overgrowth, and you will find yourselves here.
Now is when we can attack because look, we've got a tactical map.
Wish there was an easy way to drag everything from the combat tracker onto the map. That would be useful.
There is.
There is?
Yeah, the enemy friendly.
Oh, that's
Neutral
for
token.
the encounters, but I mean like PCs and stuff.
Yeah, if the PCs are all friendly.
Oh, I did not know that.
I could swear we had done that before when I saw that.
Say that again. How do you easily move them all?
If they're on the tracker,
Set them up as an encounter.
Ah, oh yes.
yeah, if they're on the tracker and you can take those 3 buttons at the bottom, the friendly, neutral, hostile, and you drag that onto the map and it'll drag everything onto the map that falls under it.
Oh, okay. That's different. Let me try that. Oh my god, that worked.
Cool.
All right, let me
Now, what I don't remember
do that
is
for the others.
what it was that you have to drag in order to get the PCs in their formation. Because I'm pretty sure we did that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so it
think-
might actually be like that already. Hang on. Let me check the party sheet. It is, in fact, as per the formation. So when you drag and drop, it drops it in the formation. I've been using Fantasy Grounds for 10 plus years, and I just learned something new.
Well, to be fair, I only learned it the other day.
I haven't learned anything.
All right, so is this going to be the order in which you are traveling?
That kind of depends on the our client.
Oh, he's definitely having you guys go ahead if you're offering to go ahead.
Well, I'd be willing to bet Danu is not going to be in front of them, at the very least.
All right, upon entering this area, the first thing you notice is a very, very strong stench. It's not like death or anything like that, but the vegetation itself has a very strong stench.
So it's not poo either.
No, it has that, sort of plant forest sort of smell.
Is it like rotting vegetation, or is it just an excretion of the vegetation.
It's like an excretion of the vegetation. Like, the scent of flowers, but it's not pleasant.
Can I determine the type of plant, if it's like toxic or harmful?
All right. Can you make a, I think it's botany? Or
Got
maybe
naturalist
naturalist?
I got naturalist earth. So naturalist earth, or could I do esoteric medicine or herbal?
You
as
could
well?
do...
Or poisons.
there is a herbalist role you could do. So you could roll naturalist. So choose the better of your naturalist or herbalist, which is not esoteric medicine, it's actual herbalism. There is a skill for it, I can't remember what it's called. Okay, so success by 0. You do seem to have some knowledge. Give me 1 second.
It's like a lotus. We're all gonna trip out, start tripping balls.
No, it's a carnivorous plant.
Okay, so the smell is familiar, and it reminds you of hogweed, which is kind of like a poison ivy sort of thing.
Don't
However,
brush up
this-
against the plants.
However, this
smells, more pungent.
Hogweed.
Can a Pictish sense anything magical about these plants?
I don't think that would be magical.
Okay.
So, I will get everyone to make a universe reaction roll into the box, please.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
And that is going to be for Kudo as well.
It's going to be awesome.
All right. I like some of these results. I'll have you guys move yourselves, position yourselves somewhere. Are you exploring this place? Or are you just going to move on straight through?
Well, where does Knucklehead say we need to go? Presumably
He's
through
pointing
out the other side.
He's pointing up ahead. He says, I believe that's where we need to go.
Are you kidding? The Pictish is all over the place.
Well, I suppose at this point, I don't really care if this guy lives or dies. So, on the other hand, he's probably going to turn into a demon at some point. Should probably stick relatively close to him.
Kurgan's going to be trying to find a good vantage point where he can loose an arrow if needed.
All right, so he's carefully moving, or Dominicus is carefully moving up the middle. You guys are sort of scouting ahead. So yeah, position yourselves where you would like to be. All right, Pentius, I will need you to make a health roll, please.
Awesome.
So as you enter this courtyard area, the odor is quite overwhelming.
Do you want that open or in the box?
You can make it open.
Awesome.
Can you please take 1 point of damage, toxic damage? Your lungs and throat begin to irritate, and you're coughing. It's like you're having a very severe sort of hay fever, perhaps allergic reaction to your environment.
Oh my God, but look at the architecture.
For some reason, it makes your voice perfect.
Oh my God, look at this architecture.
No.
He's been possessed.
Okay, Kurgan, can you make that same health roll, please?
Fail.
All right, Kurgan, you are fine. You do feel everyone feels the sort of choking smell, but there's no adverse effects on Kurgan. can I get the same roll for Bernie and Kudo?
Extra fit come in handy.
Fit adds to your health roll as to whatever bonus it is.
That was just a
Agility
straight
plus
roll, you
2.
said.
Yes, straight health roll.
Very fit is plus 2.
All right, so you guys are fine.
I'm going to tear off a couple of strips of cloth from somewhere and stick them in my nose.
Can Kurgan maybe create a concoction for Epentius to help him out?
Hey, for the Blue Falcon trophy, we have 3 characters in the party right now, if you include allies, that have discriminatory smell.
I will get to those. Actually, the discriminatory smell won't make it worse, but you're certainly able to identify it. I just need to make some rolls for Danu. One sec. She is fine. Okay, so you're proceeding cautiously through this overgrown courtyard area. Then you suddenly hear the squeal of this guy here, and he is shouting, "Ah, it burns! It burns!" You turn around and you see him sort of holding his arm.
Yeah, I think you teleported to a different planet.
Well, Kurgan would go over and see if he could help.
All right, move yourself over there.
And then he stabs Kurgan in the face because he's possessed by a plant demon.
Okay, so this guy is like clearly in severe pain. He's like holding his hand. He says, "I can't stop it from burning. Ah!" And you can see it's beginning to, like, the blood vessels in his hand are beginning to swell. His hand is red, and to you it looks like a extremely fast acting sort of poison.
Well, can I roll a poison skill to try to determine what it is and maybe see if I can come up with some kind of quick cure?
It's a poison.
Sure, make a poison roll.
I don't know what it is.
You're not familiar with the poison. You haven't seen.
Can I try,
haven't seen the effect.
I utilize anything around herbal to try to calm his reaction using my esoteric medicine herbal skill.
How would you go about? How would that manifest?
I generally would probably have some kind of herbs with me anyway, and based on his condition, would try to apply the appropriate herbs in such a way that it would counteract whatever's happening to him, based on the properties of those herbs. And since I know that it's hogweed, it might give me a little bit of a better idea of what I need to administer as well.
Well, you're familiar with hogweed, but this is not a sort of reaction that you've seen from hogweed ever. You know, hogweed might give you a little bit of a rash or something like that. This guy's clearly suffering. In terms of game effect, he's actually taken like 6 points of damage. So he's, quite messed up.
Wow. Well, I'll still do whatever I can to provide first aid. So,
Okay, I will get you to make a fright check. As you're tending to his wound, you will see the plant right next to him begin to move, and its fronds begin to sort of reach out.
Mm-hmm.
So, fright check, please.
all right, and I have combat reflexes, so it's just. What does that mean?
This plant is courtesy of the Dungeon Fantasy RPG, I think Garden of something.
Right.
by Gaming Ballistic.
which I need to pick up.
What is the Garden of Evil? Has some very nasty plants in it. All right, so you will succeed your fright check. Can I get a fright check for Kudo as well, since he came over?
He's also got combat reflexes.
Well, this is not in combat. You weren't in combat, so
That doesn't matter.
it doesn't. So you get a +2, not +5 though.
And it's straight will, or is it
It's straight will. All right, so Kudo is fine. So the fronds on this plant start to move, and they're reaching out for the guy that is screaming in pain. And the thing that scares you most is it looks like its roots begin to lift up from the ground, and the plant is moving towards you.
to arms?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will draw my knife and attack it.
I guess we can start the turn with Kurgan then. You'll have to move to it.
Take a step, and I'm gonna.
See, does it dodge? Yes,
That's
it
a crit
does.
success.
Ah, true. Do damage.
Oh, do I also roll on the? Do I roll on the crit success table?
You do.
Is there like a random hit location, or is this just a plant? So it's uniform.
It's just a plant sort of uniform. It does have like frond, and of course its roots that it gets its mobility from. So I would let you attack those as limbs if you wanted.
It'd be
So
a
it's not-
random hit. It'd be a random hit location. So, what would I roll off of? For
Yeah, just roll human. We'll see what works and doesn't.
What's the SM?
It is size modifier 0.
It's a big flower.
So chopping off one of its branches, basically. But if any damage penetrates DR, treat it as if it were a major wound, regardless of the actual injury inflicted.
So it is stunned.
Things
Actually-
don't sing, do they?
No, they're not Triffids. Though the Garden of Evil book does have Triffids in it. I thought that was really amusing. Sorry, not Triffids. Audreys. Just make sure that they can be affected and stunned. Okay, no, they can be stunned.
Go back to the top of the round then.
Nope, we'll continue from you. So, Dominicus begins to freak out a little bit, and he will just sort of move to the center of the group, using the rest of you as cover.
Meat shields.
Materius. You will see
Oh.
this moving plant. I won't get you to make a fright check roll, since you weren't right next to it when it happened.
All right. Well, I disapprove of the plant and wish to
protect.
see it not present.
I'll protect you, patrician. Shove.
It is about this time that you guys will look around and realize this place is full of plants that look like that.
Of course it is.
I think we found a trap. He's just gonna get over here, kind of close to the plant, and just be ready with a spear.
Nu will move there, and she'll ready her bow. I'm not quite sure exactly what she's going to do to a plant. Rolls to come out of stun, which it does. Pentius, make a fright check as the plant right next to you begins to uproot its roots, or it begins to uproot, and it will start to reach for you.
Didn't mean to hit that many times.
Critical success by 11. Wow.
That's 2 3s that the PCs have rolled.
Okay, so the fronds sort of whip out at you, Apentius. One sort of grabs for your leg, but misses. It sort of fumbles on your boot and can't get a good grip.
Another frond sort of whacks you across the body, which it will succeed. And
Can I dodge that?
you can dodge, parry, or block.
I will try to parry with my quarterstaff.
Given that the reaction the NPC had, it's probably in your best interest to do what you can to avoid getting hit.
How about if I do a
That's the GM's hint to use things like extra effort and retreat and stuff.
yeah, I was just going to say I'd like to retreat and parry if I may.
I think you could take it.
Now my staff swing is leveled as 12. That would give me a parry of 9.
Do you have combat reflexes?
No.
So your parry will be 11 because staff gives you a +2 to parry.
Righto.
Retreat will give you a further +1, and extra effort if you used fatigue will give you a further +2.
I'm going to just do a retreat and parry.
The frond that sort of brushes across your chest, you feel the impact, and there's quite a bit of force behind it, even though it is just a plant, but you will take no damage.
Righto.
But that does not save you from the third frond, which will attempt to grapple your arm, which it does not. Boulder, you will see the plant next to you begin to uproot from its position.
Oh, how about that?
Another plant up here begins to move. Okay, Bob, he's going to move to protect his boss. This guy will scream in pain, stepping away. Actually, no. I forgot. He starts shouting, I can't see, I'm blind. What's going on? The pain. Apentius, can you give me a reaction roll, please? This is the reaction for escort number 2, to see whether he's going to go back to protect his boss, or he's willing to charge into the fray to protect you. So add whatever modifiers you think might be appropriate. Nah, he thinks you're a good bloke. He charges forward and he's not going to attack. Apentius.
All right. Give me one moment. Thinking of casting an incantation. I just need to look it up. Sorry.
You are seeing things move everywhere. It's like they're all around us. They're coming out of the walls.
All right. I'm going to cast Red Blade as a incantation onto the Bob who's next to me, onto Escort 3.
Okay.
His sword's going to suddenly start glowing. He's going to freak out and drop it.
Okay, here we go. So that successfully attached it.
Yep.
And I barely just cast it well.
Okay, so what's the effect of this?
So Red Blade, so it attaches a glowing halo of red energy around the weapon for the next 10 seconds. If this weapon injures a foe while the spell is active, the victim continues to take the same injury every second for the next 1d seconds.
Okay.
Each cycle can be resisted. Successful resistance prevents further damage from that attack.
All right, so this will last for 10 seconds. I think I got that set up.
I take it if Kudo was to bite one of these plants, it would probably suffer the same kind of reaction as being hit by it, right?
Maybe.
Is he going to know that?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, probably not. But once it bites the first time and figures it out, it'll be like, I'm not doing that again. So,
Yes.
I'll go in. It's gonna come in and attack. 1, 2, 3. do a heroic charge, and we'll attack. Going to just basically bite it.
Okay.
Does beg the question how a dog would react to a living plant. How would it attack it?
Could try to claw it, maybe scrape at
It
it.
would go fetch. You grab one of the branches and tug at it. All right. Do your damage. Okay, so apparently doubled. All right, Kudo. Big bites into the branch of one of these plants. Can I get a health -6 roll, please?
Oof. It'd be
Very
health
thick,
-4.
so- yeah, health -4. Ugh.
Okay, he will immediately take that damage, and that would be to the mouth, so he'll be like freaking out. You know, his tongue's going to swell, and you know, he's going to be very uncomfortable. So his reaction is probably like running, trying to get away with it, get it off him. It's like, you know, if you see a dog get some tape stuck to their foot, they just freak out trying to get the tape off them. He would be doing that, but he'd be doing it to his face.
Bit of porcupine.
Yeah, kind of like that. Not only that, let me just confirm the effects. He will. I will put this effect on him.
He's going to kill the dog.
He's going to be blind for 2D or 6 days.
6
Oof.
days. Wow.
All right. Well, Balder's going to burn a fatigue point to get a giant step where he's going to plant himself and attack this guy or this plant with Deceptive 2 and just barely succeed.
All right, do your damage.
No, are these plants actually defending themselves, dodging and whatnot?
Well, he rolled
They-
a dodge earlier.
Did
They
he?
can. 1 second while I do the effect on Ku.
Did you apply the damage to that plant?
Not yet. Actually, no, yes, I did.
And it was double impaling?
Uh-huh.
And it's still good?
Uh-huh.
Ouch.
So at present, you know, the poison's not so fast acting that Kudo is blind now, but his vision's eventually going to blur, and then he won't be able to see. It's not going to go dark. It's just going to be, you know, blurred. All right, so Boulder 3, plant 3.
Number 2. Well,
Let me see, does cutting do any special damage to them?
really?
It just does the normal cutting. It's not like they're vulnerable to being chopped. So it does
Too bad.
1.5.
So I did 18 points.
I think Berenice is technically going to just be doing a lot of defense.
Chicken.
All right, so give me a boulder. Let me see. What would be a good skill roll to see how effective your attack was? I guess
That would be a weapon check.
IQ-based weapon skill roll.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Maybe perception.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
it-
not much better.
if you're very combat orientated, it should be more than just perception.
Well, I mean perception based.
Oh yeah,
It's
perception
no
based.
different.
All right, so you know that you hit this thing with a mighty blow. Would have cut down a normal person, but the effect on this plant seems to be marginal. It's like you're going to be hacking at this a lot before you sort of cut through its sort of main stem.
Great.
It's like it's a weed, so it sort of, as you hit it, it's not a solid object that you're sort of striking into. It's flexible, and there's a lot of give, and it's, yeah. You've done a lot of damage, but you can see that, this plant is still fairly healthy.
Okay. Yeah. So Berenike is stepping back and basically looking in the indicated direction because that direction is not well covered. And yeah, I was thinking about trying to pull my sword out since it's a chopping weapon. That seemed more appropriate. But
There's one up there too.
oh, I was zoomed in. I didn't see that. So, having said that, is there anything in the direction that I'm looking?
There are these plants, like I said, they're everywhere, but there hasn't been one that's moving yet.
Okay. Then I guess I am in the process of perhaps heading up towards number 4, but making that decision.
Kurgan's gonna strike at it again with his knife.
It freaks you out a little, but as you attack one of the branches of this plant, it actually moves away. Whether it was intentional or just, freak coincidence that it moved at that time, you don't know. The patrician is just looking around. He's obviously getting a little bit freaked out. And he's sort of standing behind Bob for protection. Protect me, Bob.
Bob shoves him into one of the plants.
As Bob runs away.
Alrighty. Matthias is going to change the group to reach 2, step, and stab. Oh.
I guess
The tree's gonna fall down.
it will fall over.
I'd also like to give it that, please.
Ouch.
Ow, right in the stamen.
So you thrust your spear into sort of the base of, its root system where it's thickest. It will fall over, and you can see that your spear tip is covered in plant sap.
I'm not cleaning that off without a few rags between me and it.
You could wipe it on the patrician's robe.
All right.
Oh, good point.
Since Nanu has evaluated the situation, she sees that her man Boulder is in trouble. She will. What's the range penalty? -4. She's going to move in. She's going to charge in. I need to make a major wound roll for the plant. Or do I? Actually, no, I don't. All right. Bronze will reach out to grapple the blind, screaming in pain red shirt. It's got 2. Since he is blind, he'll get no defense. He'll be grappled. And then the third frond will actually, strike at him. You will hear the crunching of bones as it hits. Let's do that. Wow. He didn't get poisoned.
But he still took 11 points of damage.
All right. I'm going to rule that he is completely ineffective. He's not going to be doing stuff.
Yeah, to be fair, he only made that roll by 1.
True that.
It's still a critical success.
But I will skip him for the purposes of stuff. He's just going to be screaming as this thing has wrapped around him, and will proceed to consume him over time.
Will it slowly digest him over 1,000 years?
Something like that. This plant is going to be attacking Escort 3 with 1 grapple, 2 grapples and a punch.
In Pictish Wilderness, salad eats you.
They are all successes. Bob, he has the sword, so he's going to retreating dodge. Actually, does your retreat count for all extra attacks? I don't recall.
Yes. Yeah, if it's a rapid strike.
Well, it's not a rapid strike.
Or,
These things actually have extra attack.
I believe it does.
I will assume it does. So he's grappled and he gets hit, taking 6 damage. Unfortunately, he will be affected by the poison. There's a major wound. He shakes off the major wound. Alright, Boulder. This plant, sensing that you are near, is going to grapple, punch.
Right, so
Grapple and a punch. Alright, this plant up the top has uprooted itself
it's coming for you, Barry.
and begins to move. Its roots sort of flop over one another as it drags itself along the ground towards the activity. Bob will start shouting, "We gotta get out of here!"
Hey, man, we got to get out of here.
Escort 3 will be screaming, "It hurts!" As he attempts to attack this plant. Does he have high pain? That will be a fail due to shock penalty.
Does the plant resist the damage it should be taking from Red Blade?
Hasn't been hit yet.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's only when he gets hit, right?
So I'll just read that again. The victim continues to take the same injury every second for the next 1d seconds. So
Same
did he ever
injury.
hit it? Did he ever hit it initially?
He hasn't yet, no.
Okay. So Apentius is going to cast another incantation, this time on himself. It's Hellfire Aura.
So you're going to start glowing. We're going to be convinced you're possessed.
Sure, why not?
Hey, at least the hogsweed cured your voice.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm going to
for
cast this.
Kurgan's benefit, this does actually look like hogweed, but it looks angry. No, it's much bigger than the hogweed that you're familiar with. And this hogweed that you're familiar with certainly doesn't move.
Usually.
So this is to attach it, and this is to cast it. So it causes, wreaths me in an aura of pure hellfire and causes 2d burning damage to anyone or anything I touch or that touches me.
Okay.
So now you're going to go running through it.
Might as well.
Jump on top of it.
Just roll around in the grass.
Start the whole place on fire.
For the purpose of determining whether the target catches fire, triple the effective damage. Example, 4 points of damage sets fire like 12 points of burning damage.
Wow, that's badass.
It lasts. Does it say how long it lasts? Its duration is 1 minute.
All right, I'll put an effect on you.
That better
Well,
be enough.
Kudo is not having any more of this plant. He is going to effectively retreat. Bird, bird, bird.
What's the spell called? Flaming Aura? Is it?
Hellfire Aura.
All right, let's try this again. Nope, missed.
Right, well, it'll be like that today. Berenike is going to step and wheel
Plant yourself.
and throw his spear
You're
at number
throwing
4.
your spear.
Because I haven't done that yet. Good hit.
I'm going to assess this as being sort of stunned because really can't see the thing incoming.
Okay.
So -4. Not that it mattered.
Nope. Crap. How much damage do I do? Ranged. Oh, that's nice. That was average. Well, it's done.
All right. Your spear lodges into the mass of roots and branches. What's Kurgan doing?
Swinging at the plant. Deceptive 1.
All right, do damage. Okay, you damage it some more. Keep in mind that Escort 2 is sort of in close with it, enveloped by these fronds. Dominicus will see, all this sort of movement, and he will turn to Bob and say, "Get me there." And he'll sort of point up ahead. Let's see how loyal Bob is. Actually,
Not really all that loyal, is he?
that should probably be a reaction roll. Huh. Just realized there's no reaction roll on NPCs. The very thing that reaction rolls should be on.
I suppose not, now that you mention it.
What a crappy developer.
I know,
We should
right?
give him crap.
I'll take that. I'll take that as a, I think that's a poor reaction. No, neutral.
That
10,
is
9.
poor.
9 is poor.
Yeah.
He turns and says, "No, we got to get out of here." And that will be Dominicus's turn. Materius.
So this guy is now in close. So we got a, what is it, -1, -2?
If it's -2 if you wish to avoid hurting this guy.
All right.
I'll put him on that side. But it is in close with the plant.
What is the malice on engaging with someone in close?
It's just -2.
Just -2. Okay.
Friendly fire.
At this stage, he's probably going, "Kill me."
Whoops. Success by 3. At least they're both the same. Oh, jeez.
That goes to a critical fail on your part there, Materius.
That
Yep.
is twice.
Unless, unless you have
hang on.
luck.
Hang on. This thing's at half move dodge. Let me just check how that calculates out. So its dodge would have been 5. So yes, that would still be a critical.
Okay. I wish to luck so that it's not likely to be, at least.
Have him roll twice more.
You're gonna get me to roll dodge?
Yep. Excellent. I like those a lot more.
Nearly a critical fail.
Nearly, but I'll still take the fail. Oh. I accidentally targeted Kurgan somehow. That's why it's rolling twice.
Okay.
So you're stabbing Kurgan.
So you did
Well,
10 damage to the plant.
Wow, only 10?
Well, that's what he rolled. 10 impaling.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Hideous amounts of damage. However, that's still not a major wound, so the plant is still chilling for now, mostly.
Jeez.
Danu is going to charge forward. She will spend a fatigue because she doesn't want her man to get hurt. And is going to attack. Tried to fail, but rolled shit. Okay. The hogweed is going to retreat into the mass of bushes.
Attack of opportunity.
Massive bushes there. Dragging its victim. Escort 3, which is now unconscious and no longer struggling or screaming. Sorry, Escort 2. This plant is again going to attempt to grapple Escort 3. 2 grapples and a punch. Alright, so he gets hit once again, taking 8 damage. And he has to make a health roll at -6, which he will fail. So he will take that, and that's just going to kill him. He lets out a scream, which just tapers off to silence as his body goes limp in the clutches of this plant. I should do that for the other one as well.
That's the plan. We feed the escorts to the plants and then they'll leave us alone.
Are the escorts wearing red?
Wow, they are. How convenient.
Can I get a D6 roll from Boulder, please? Highest losers. Alright, so both Danu and Boulder will be receiving a grapple, but Boulder's going to get the punch. So this is to Boulder, Danu, and this punch will be to Boulder. Danu did a retreating, moving attack, so she can't retreat. So she's just going to extra effort parry. She will succeed the parry. And Boulder, you block.
Yep.
She will successfully damage the frond, doing that damage.
Yeah, my parry is actually slightly better than my other stuff, but this particular axe becomes unbalanced when you parry with it.
This, can I get a D6 roll from Boulder, Bernie, and Apentius, please? Highest losers.
That makes sense considering Berenike just threw the spear at it.
Yeah.
I may not be fully aware of that. Is it bringing the spear with it?
It is indeed bringing the spear with it.
And you're like, thanks!
You would have to take a turn to ready it if you wish to recover it.
It'd still be pretty funny to do that.
Bob sees two of his buddies out of the picture, and he goes, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit.
Nope.
And shoves, he totally should have shoved what's-his-face into the monsters.
And the patrician will yell out, I'm paying you! You stay here, you traitor!
Not enough!
Pinch's turn.
Swan dive.
Throw yourself forward.
Pinch's is going to Did the dead body move, or is the creature?
It's in close, so I just moved the dead body behind, so it's out of the way.
Okay. Penchus is going to take a weight maneuver. I want to see what this thing does. If it does make a move towards me, I'd then probably like to pull back, step back.
All right, so taking weight. Kudo. At this point, Kudo is going to be blind.
No, Kudo's out of the fight at this point, so.
Well, wherever he is blind.
Failed.
Do damage.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm going to have to do big math now. Jesus.
Break out your big boy calculator.
That actually did a major wound.
Yeah, boy.
Holy cow.
It's, what, like 27 points? Of course it's I made it.
It shakes off the major wound, but it's certainly hurting.
May have had enough of this crap.
Berenike is first going to fast draw his sword in record time and completely wasted.
You flickered your fingers and it was there.
It looked
Step
good,
in.
but no one was watching.
And I believe what I'm going to do here at this point is a defensive attack.
Wow, that's something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I know. And I don't have a thing for it, but
Which
it
one?
doesn't
Balanced?
it doesn't
Unbalanced.
modify the roll. Balanced.
-2 to damage or -1 per die. Target gets +1 to defend against a
Right.
grapple and +1 to parry or block, or with a kick +2 on rolls to avoid leg grapples
Yeah.
to avoid falling.
But it doesn't affect the hit roll. So swing.
No, but it's going to get. No, wait, that's
And
against a grapple.
even come close.
Well, you
Have
only
luck.
failed by 2. That's not that bad.
Do I use luck on that?
No.
No, I would use
Thinking
it in
not.
the event you get hit.
Okay, the patrician. He's going to see that he's on his own and start running forward. Oh, sorry. Kurgan's go.
Kurgan is going to take a step and take another swing at this thing. Obviously, the plant is focused on the corpse, trying to consume it.
All right, so the plant has retreated in amongst more of its kind. If you want to take a step, a
I may
word
wake
of
up more.
warning, you may wake up more.
I will back away.
But you can see that the guy is beyond help.
I will put my knife away, redraw my bow, and step away. I'll go start following the Dominicus, or I'll put my knife away and take a step back.
All right, so now Dominicus will do his run. Materials.
All right, well, I don't want to follow it in if it's retreating further in there, so I'm going to pull away and start moving north. And I'm going to get over here, and that'll be it for this turn.
Danu will take a swing. This is half move dodge. Fail. Max damage.
Way to go.
All right. So this plant with the escort enveloped in fronds will sort of, merge with the other mass of these similar plants, and you will see that they will move, and together they begin to sort of feed off this fresh meat that has just been brought to the garden. I will remove that plant from combat unless people want to start attacking it again. Well, I'll skip it.
Skip it. Remove it.
Likewise, this plant will retreat into the mass of other plants with its victim, unconscious, immobile, bleeding, dying, and it will nourish the other plants in the garden. Apentius, your weight will obviously not trigger.
Righto.
Because you were waiting for an attack, right?
Yeah, waiting to see what he was going to do.
Yeah, when you declare a weight, you actually have to declare a condition. What triggers your weight? But anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so this plant needs to make consciousness rolls.
Booyah.
It has consciousness.
It will sort of droop and go still. Its flailing fronds just sort of droop and fall by its side, and it becomes a motionless plant just swaying with the wind.
Pining for the fjords, as it were.
All right. With Bernie as a target, it's going to grapple, punch. So 1 grapple, 1 punch.
Block first. Right, is that is calculated in, I think. So
Nope. What is it? It probably isn't. Mine, I know mine isn't or wasn't.
my block here is though, because I can only block with that shield. Wow. Okay, well, good is good. And then parry.
Well, luckily you'll get the DB on the parry.
Right, I will. I forgot that. Holy God.
That is when you look.
Now we will be using the luck.
All right, so I guess you want to take the critical fail?
I do not, but I would like to chop off its arm.
Okay. Roll your attack, and you can roll damage. That's a plate 4. Okay, you deal it some damage. Bob is running. For the most part, he's going to be out of it. Apentius, you have seen the patrician Dominicus bolt past you. He seems to be heading for the exit up front.
Quick,
Grapple
spear him in the back.
Stop him.
He's clutching this long thing wrapped in canvas.
Go give him a hug.
Right. Okay, hang on.
Ooh, yes, brilliant idea.
Hang on. Okay. I'm going to cast Frozen Bonds on him.
That's ironic.
I'm versatile.
Hellfire or around you, frozen bonds on him.
Next one has to be an earth spell.
So give me 1 second.
Is
Just to attach
attacking
it.
a potential ally going to be triggering any one of your disards?
Well, I don't know that I'm. See, this is going to.
He's a potential
Fine.
ally. He's not. You know that he's not good.
Yeah, I know he's not good, but I don't know that I'm causing this as an attack versus I want to slow him down.
Okay.
It's for his protection.
Let me just reconsider this for a second. So all I see is him just kind of running past me, right?
Yes.
You should
Okay.
go with
I-
it.
I think in reality, I would just take a few seconds to watch what he's doing because I honestly don't know what he's doing. I see him running. I'm just going to take a few. I'm just going to keep watching. That's all I'm going to do.
You get the feeling that he's going to continue running, probably up this way.
Yeah. In fact, I will just watch him.
Go with him. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll skip Kudo.
Right. So Balder doesn't know anything about these damn plants. As far as he knows, that thing could just be like unconscious or something. So he is going to automatically fail his bloodlust check and spin this round hacking at it.
All right, I will take
Make
that as
sure
a
it's
coup de
dead.
grace.
Yep.
All right. I'm not feeling saucy enough for a rapid strike or anything like that. Let's just go with a regular swing here. I think we can manage that. Defend yourself, sir.
Absolutely not.
Very well, sir. Then take damage.
So
It's going to take a step and draw an arrow.
Alrighty. Materials is going to step up and try to make a stab at this one.
Kill stealer.
Well, I have to hit first. Okay, I did. It has to dodge second.
2 damage.
Alright. I'll take it.
Damn, I have to math. All right, that plant is looking rather sickly. It is leaking a sap everywhere.
I think it's happy to see you.
Janu will see Boulder hack this thing apart. She will just sort of take a defensive stance, looking around. You will see sort of movement from plants sort of everywhere, and she's just being cautious at this point, taking all that defense, I guess. This plant is going to... let's split the difference. I will get a d6 roll from Bernie and Materius, highest losers. Alright, so it'll be
Can I roll that on damage?
grapple on each, starting with Bernie and then punch. Alright, so each of you will have to defend a grapple and Bernie a punch.
I shall retreat and block the first. And I shall parry the second.
And Material shall retreat and dodge.
Alright, you can roll an attack and damage.
I will.
Bernie?
How about you, sir? It was just attempting to make a friendly gesture.
It's not very friendly. Pentius.
Pictish, having lost sight of the dude from around the column, will turn his attention to what's going on behind him or over to the side. So I think I will just turn and move up.
You know, I was about to complain about the lack of a facing arrow on the smelly plant, and then I decided, you probably can't tell.
And I'm wondering, is the ground where I had been standing on fire at all?
I'm guessing it is going to be like burning ash. There'll be some embers and stuff.
That's an interesting question. If you are standing there with that aura and you set the floor on fire, does that fire burn you?
I'm pretty sure the aura probably protects him from the effects of the fire itself.
Would it?
Stop asking such sensible questions, will you?
I would assume that that is the intent of the spell. However, the fire is not likely to spread since this is very green vegetation. It'll probably burn out fairly quickly.
So I'm going to turn around and see everybody ganging up on that thing, so I'm not going to bother with it. Oh, hey, the dude is running in there. That's potentially bad. Meander over here. Probably
Into the
gesturing
next
for
devil
Danu
flower.
to accompany.
All right, well, I can't tell which direction is which on this guy, but I'm going to step over here and hopefully that'll get me something. And I will hack at it once more. Yes. That. And it will be a mighty swing. No, that's not necessarily mighty. Damn, I
Really
should have
critical
mighty
foul.
blows.
Alright, do your damage.
I'll nickel and dime it to death.
Knock and take a step forward.
He is going to be halfway between hexes there.
Right, well, quite simply, Materius will stab it.
No need to overcomplicate it.
Indeed, indeed.
2 damage.
And stab.
She was going to move up, steering clear of the bushes. So, like I said, on this map, you're surrounded by these plants. The green, the thick green vegetation sort of patches here are where the plants are sort of growing. So she stays away from the bushes, moves up to Boulder. This plant has to make a consciousness roll. It will succeed, but it is backing off.
Attack of opportunity.
Pentius.
Alrighty. I'm just going to move forward, trying to get away from these growths of plants.
All right, since we're at the top of the turn, this plant here is going to continue backing off unless, of course, it gets cornered. So I'll assume combat is over unless you guys are going to cut this thing down.
It's in my way.
Berenike is going to step on the haft of his spear so it will come out.
This thing is in my way.
Let me see how many rolls before it fails itself. Holy crap. Quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in bad shape.
It's in bad shape, yes.
It's leaking fluids.
Well, I can't quite do a target attack because I have no idea where its vitals are. So
Oh,
just doing
one
that.
thing I should mention. I think it was a few people had to make health rolls or take, damage from breathing this stuff. Those people that have not made health rolls so far for that breathing stuff, can you make a health roll now?
Yeah, I remember making that check.
You mean my hellfire isn't burning all the little spores coming to my
Well,
airways?
you already had to make that roll, so
Kurgan's made
And you
it.
failed
Kudo's
it.
made it.
so anyone that hasn't made that roll needs to make the roll.
Understood.
Didn't realize anyone hadn't until now. Yeah. Whatever Baldur's doing, Berenike's got to recover his spear.
Yeah, it's this thing's in my way. So Balder took a step
Okay.
and swung.
Finish
All right.
hacking it.
So Boulder, give me a damage roll.
That was pretty crap. I am mildly entertained at the point where I'm like, that's pretty crap when it's like double digits.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
So it'll back away and eventually go limp just like the other. Boulder, you can do a coup de grace and chop it to pieces.
Nah, I'm not gonna bother. Actually, I have
You
to
have
look.
to.
I have to look.
Well, does a plant count?
Yeah, he's not bothering because it's just a plant and he's going after the dude. So he's going to be continuing to, damn it, stop that. Go in that direction.
All right. So
And I figure Berenike needs to get his spear and he might not appreciate it if I go bug nuts on the plant and break his spear.
Yeah, don't do that. That is a fine spear.
okay. So, what's Bernie doing?
He's recovering his spear, replacing the sword, and getting situated. Wipe the sap off on something.
I'll go turn by turn to see what people are doing. So you recover your spear. Kurgan,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Now that the battle is effectively over, he's going to
Well,
just.
This particular battle is effectively over, but like I said, there's like movement and stuff everywhere. There's plants sort of rattling, and if you hang around, you're probably going to draw the attention of more hungry plants. All right, Dominicus will continue to run. You will see that as he sort of runs past these plants, it sort of stirs them a little bit. Materius.
Materius is going to kind of keep watch, look around, reconvene with the group, and essentially just to make sure no more plants are coming to life.
All right. There are plants coming to life, but there's no immediate threats. Danu will just sort of weight, all that defense effectively. Pentius.
If we are out of combat rounds, can I?
We're not out of
Intel?
combat until after your turn.
Okay. Then I'm doing nothing. I'm just going to wait.
All right. So, I'm assuming you're just doing movement. So everyone can do one sort of turn of movement.
Stay away from the plants.
What is Kurgan going to do with regards to the fact that his puppy just ran away, squealing, thrashing its head around, trying to get the pain to go off its face?
Oh yeah, true. Well, one, he does have. Let me see. Let me look at the character sheet real quick.
Curious what a blind dog would actually do.
Well, you did say he's not 100% blind, and he does still have smell.
Yeah, discriminatory smell, so he can smell his surroundings. And
He'd certainly want to be getting away from this place.
well, it backed away enough that it got out of the danger area. So, Kurgan will turn to Berenike and say, "Hey, if you don't mind, I need to check on Kudo."
You better hurry. I don't think Dom is gonna wait.
Okay. As soon as I check on the Kudo, I'll come back.
Can Pentius make any sort of informed, intelligent guess as to which path we should go up, follow Dominicus, or go the other way?
Either path looks just as, bad.
Treacherous?
Yeah, there's plants on either side, so...
Well, I'm just thinking if he's wakened things on one side, I maybe don't want to go up that side.
True. In that case, the other side is probably better, because you see some plants sort of stirring that he ran past.
Well, then Pentius is going to go up the other way.
More importantly, you probably see he has most definitely woken that plant up.
Quick, hit him with the freezing mood thing now.
Maybe we shouldn't say anything.
No, Pentius should nail him with the frozen thing now. So it's like, oh no!
And then we can collect the staff and the gem, and we're all good. We did our job.
Yeah, it's not like Bob is going to really complain to us about it because he bailed. And that's if he survives.
Kurgan was actually planning on shooting Dominicus in the leg just to stop him from running.
That's probably a bold idea with, screw that, I'm going to shoot this guy.
Okay, so everyone else will get one turn to do something. I'm assuming if you're doing movement, take your movement. If you're not doing movement, then hold your action. All right, this will be grapple, punch on the patrician.
Whew.
The patrician will freak out at this plant sort of reaching for him. He's going to do a retreating dodge.
And fail. He needs to fail.
So that is going to be 3 dodges. He'll probably use extra effort on the punch.
He's going to roll an 18 on the first one. Yes.
No, they're successes because he's retreating.
Boo!
And this is a further +2. But he used a fatigue.
And unfortunately for him, there's another one right behind him that eats him.
However, he has not had his turn of movement, so his turn of movement will happen now. So was there anyone that was not doing movement?
No.
I'm thinking, because we know that we have a suspicion that this staff and this gym, that what he's trying to do is a bad thing, right?
No, but Dom is getting that message saying you can't leave because your party is too far away.
You must gather your party
before
venturing forth.
No, but I'm just trying to say we as a party understand that this staff and gym coming to this location was not necessarily a good thing, right?
Well, you don't know.
We don't know. Okay. And Kurgan's going to continue to Kudo at this point.
as your position on the map, you wouldn't have sight on the patrician anymore anyway.
Did we not determine something about assembling this thing? I feel like we knew something bad was going to happen. I just don't recall why.
I thought so too. I thought
Maybe we
that
just assumed that.
I thought so too. I thought there was something about if they got combined in a certain location, it would summon something bad or do something.
Well, you don't know. That's probably an assumption. But you know that he had to bring these two items to this location to reunite them.
Right, it was what Apentius overheard when he was talking to the demon.
You don't know what happens when it's reunited, though.
But it was the demon that wanted it reunited, so whatever it is, it's probably not good.
Alright, so again, you can do a turn of movement. If you're not doing movement, say so. And the patrician will be off them and onto a new map.
And he's being pursued by a plant.
Running out of screen real estate.
Need to speak to a realtor then. Wow, it's really dark. And he's a giant.
Once you cross that line, you can move yourself onto the other map.
Can you actually?
Actually, no, you can't. But your movement will continue onto the other map. So friendlies will move. Keep in mind, going upstairs, your movement is halved. There is also now a plant sort of at the entrance. Is Bernie moving, or has he moved?
Yeah, he's just distracted.
Keep in mind, upstairs is half movement.
Right, that's why I had to move myself back.
I assume I'm keeping up with everybody else.
All right, so we
Honestly,
can do.
I should be a bit further ahead than the two of you, but oh well.
Continue your movement. However, I need those people that are going to be going around the plant will need to show me how you go around the plant.
Well, obviously, we're going to make a bit of a wide berth on that one.
Or we just gang up on it and beat
Actually,
it down.
there's no way you can't go around it without it being able to attack. So, Boulder, take your turn of movement.
Well, that thing is actually active, though, right? We can see that.
Yes. It
So
has sort of
Baldur's
uprooted
gonna know
itself.
that thing is threatening, so he may just
My
charge the damn thing.
my movement includes closing within range and smacking it really, really hard, hopefully. Because Balder does have overconfident. No, yeah, he does.
Okay, 2 damage.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. That's not big money. That's mediocre money.
It's big enough that I have to do math. Right. So that's Boulder's turn.
Let's see. Well, I'm not going to be in a huge hurry. Yeah, I'll just skirt around Balder here. Yeah, that's good for now.
Kurgan's going to check on
Yeah,
Kudo.
he's going to start treating Kudo, trying to either give him herbs to help tame the flame in his mouth or do whatever he can to start treating Kudo.
Give me an esoteric medicine.
Sorry, you killed your dog.
Fortunately, you're not much help to it at this point. You don't have the required ointments and whatever. But Kudo has calmed down. He's just sort of whimpering in your lap, and you can see that he's clearly blind. He keeps sniffing at you. So this guy will move.
Go ahead and skip Kurgan at this point. He'll be staying with Kudo at this point.
Okay.
Chicken.
Just moving on up.
Danu will move and take an attack position. Can I get a roll? I'll get a roll from Bernie, D6 roll from Bernie and Boulder and Danu, but Boulder, can you make it at +1? So that's a 5.
5.
How much you want to bet I roll a 6 again? Mm-hmm.
So,
You rolled a 6 again.
Mm-hmm.
okay, but Danu rolled a 6 as well. So Bernie, can you roll again?
Why is she at a +1?
Because she's equal distance. So,
No. Don't attack her. Attack me.
She's capable.
all right, so it will move in. Grapple, grapple, punch.
She's an action girl.
So she will make a retreating defense. She'll do a retreating parry first. Success. And does the damage.
So remind me, did the cutting appear to do any better at all?
Cutting, all attacks do their normal modifiers. There's no difference in modifiers. So if you do
Okay.
cutting, it's 1.5. If you do impaling, it's doubled. And she will obviously retreating dodge for the other one. Succeeding. Pentius.
Pentius will use his massive move of 3 to go 1.
I'm going to remove the dead plant
You can't.
just to clear up the track.
Is smelly plant like smelly cat?
It is actually angry hogweed. They have identified. Alright, so Boulder attacked. 2 damage.
He's just over there cutting logs. Yeah, I guess I'll just jump in here and stab at it a little bit. Gotta open the other thing. And poke.
2
Wow.
die damage.
Wow.
You guys obviously have no sight on what Demeticus is doing.
Nope.
Because there's a damn
Materials.
plant in the way.
Continuing up the stairs while finishing the stairs.
And walking right into the evil plants.
Yep. That was, yep.
Danu will step up and attack. Wow. This plant starts to droop and just sort of stops in place. Its flailing fronds are much more friendly to you. Pentius.
Pentius is saying something about dwarves being natural sprinters or some crap like that. So Baldur's going to spend this round making sure Angry Hogweed is dead.
Okay. So you can coup de grace that one. Because I'm such a nasty GM and Materius absolutely stepped into the bushes,
Mm-hmm.
can I get a universe reaction roll to see if you have activated another plant?
Okay.
All right. Fortunately for you, the plant was too busy eating a raccoon. Bernie, what are you doing? The plant is been coup de grace by Boulder, so it's not there.
Well, for this round, I'll keep it pinned.
Okay. Danu will stay with you guys. Dominicus is going to move. Materius.
All right. He is going to step on out and say, well, that was an adventure, shall we?
Danu just hangs with the group. Actually, she'll probably help murder it with Boulder.
The couple that slays together stays together.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, if that's all there is, then I'm going to go inside.
All right. So
Stomp all over this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We get a free
not
point
quite
in
in.
horticulture after
8.
this.
Yeah, I'm
So
like
you're inside.
literally on the thing. Yeah.
All right. So everyone can take a turn of movement if they're doing movement, unless they're doing something else.
Poor old Pentius is like, slow down, you people. What is up with your legs?
You could probably get away with moving us on the other map now.
Pentius will be 1 turn after. Can I get perception rolls from everyone, please?
Probably not.
You want good ones?
Nope.
Not today.
Including Kurgan.
Not Kurgan.
You died. It was tragic. You got eaten by your wolf because the wolf was possessed a while back. You just didn't know it.
By the plant demons.
All right. Can everyone take a turn? You'll see Dominicus is up the front at this sort of altar, and he is unraveling the long object that he's been clutching. So yeah, everyone can have a turn of movement. So is that Apentius's movement as well? Is that as far as he gets?
Pretty much.
Okay.
What's his normal move?
3.
Ooh.
Thought he was at 4.
Nope. 3. I'm lightly encumbered.
No, you're not normally lightly encumbered. Why are you lightly encumbered?
I don't know. I've got a backpack. I've got various things I'm carrying around. A couple of dead cats.
All
You
right.
should
So
probably put the dead cats down.
is anyone doing anything but movement?
Starting to treat Kudo with veterinary.
Hey, what are you doing?
No, I think everybody's moving at this point unless somebody's going to try to throw something.
All right. So take a turn of movement. Dominicus will say, "This is what we're here for," as he reveals the staff from, and keep in mind upstairs is 2 times movement.
Yep.
He reveals the staff that he's had wrapped, and you can see that he clearly plans to place it in what looks to be a bit of a groove in this altar, or not that you can see from your angle. You wouldn't see the top of the altar.
Is it supposed to be dark?
There is, or how dark is it? Is it like
It's
really
not like
dark?
can't see dark. It's just kind of dark.
It is supposed to be dark because there's not
Okay.
much ambient light here.
Can you put my token on the map, please?
Nope, the door's shut.
So point of order about putting his token on the map. Apentius is on fire.
Oh, yes, I can get to add light to him.
Why do you think we're running so fast? We're trying to keep and get away from him. He's clearly possessed by something.
I would say that he is probably more than a torch, and he would
Campfire,
be.
probably.
He's a lot more than a torch.
It's also a
he's
hellfire. aura.
covered by fire.
I should have actually advanced the combat tracker because it would have. Let me just do 5 turns of stuff. That should be enough. There we go. Apentius is a mobile light.
Excellent.
Are you seeing the light effect?
Yep.
I would say no because I was zoomed way up. But once I zoom, to the appropriate location, yeah, I see it.
I can close the other map.
Should make me flicker.
Apentius, can you
flickering.
make a perception roll, please? Ooh,
Can't tell
you
if
got
it is
fancy
flickering.
dice. I don't know.
I thought all the fire ones actually had the flicker already on them. Can't tell.
You can adjust the flicker rate.
1 second, let me reapply that to.
It's probably not that important.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's cool.
Daniel's like, it's not important, and everybody's like, shut up, Daniel. We can do this. It can happen. It can happen.
I don't think it is flickering.
Oh, is that the dice that you have there, Nosh? Is that the magical one, the magical dice pack?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's just looking through those. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
I see what they've done. They've only did the preset flickering on the candle. The lantern doesn't flicker.
What about the lamp?
There you go.
A little bit.
Okay, we'll do that.
Do I see anything with my perception roll?
You do. As you're sort of taking, or your eyes adjust to this place, there is ambient light that sort of seeps through cracks in the roof of this place where, part of the building has eroded and broken away. You do see some movement.
Up in the rafters, as it were?
Yes, up in the rafters and the crags of rock and stuff that is above. 1 second.
Great.
Uh-huh.
All right, so these are actually small, size modifier -3. And there is lots of them.
I'll just say them being small almost makes it worse.
So glad I
Again,
breathed into fire.
this is courtesy of Gaming Ballistics Dungeon Fantasy RPG Bestiary. The title is Serpents of Legend.
Well, a bunch of them need to swarm Dominicus and eat him.
So at this point, they are, just sort of stirring from their places in the rafters. So everyone will get one turn of movement. Keep in mind, stairs are double movement. At this point, Dominicus is quite excited, and he says, "This is it. This is it." He doesn't see you guys as a threat unless you're obviously being threatening.
Why would we be a threat?
I don't know. Why would you be? He has placed the staff in the groove. Boulder will be able to see this.
Groovy.
There is a groove, a further sort of indentation where you imagine the gem is to be placed.
Should we stop him? We should probably stop him.
Yeah, I'm debating whether I'm just going to go over there and take a swing at him.
Does Apentius point out the flying vipers?
This is all happening in second time frames. No, he's kind of looking up and going, "Uh-oh."
Okay. So, for that.
Right. Do I
Did
just
Pentius
that?
move?
Is Apentius moving? Yes.
Do I just do that?
Throw your X.
No, if I was going to do anything, I was just going to go over there and swing. Take the wide swing that's going to potentially shatter the staff in the middle while hitting him.
The gem hasn't been placed, and at present, Dominicus doesn't seem to have the gem in hand, but he has his little. It'd be like a fanny pack or whatever that he's got his stuff in.
Aren't you curious to see what would happen once he does what he's doing?
Well, if we stop him from doing it, there's nothing stopping us from doing it ourselves.
Not that curious. I'm thinking he's more. It's more of a quasi superstitious thing. I mean, I'm not necessarily superstitious, but still.
Do you interrupt the wizard in the middle of his wizarding?
He's definitely moving over there, and is like demanding an explanation. Like, explain.
Explain.
All right. He says, "This is what we're here for," as he fishes through his bag and produces the gem.
What is what we're here for?
It takes a D6 seconds to fish through your bag and pull something out.
Your noise, and let's assume that unless you're going to attack him, you're just sort of talking at the moment, so the others can make it up the stairs. Pentius, you can move.
And yes, I'm absolutely making noise because remember, he's got penetrating voice.
All right, so Pentius, you can see that your presence is stirring the creatures above. You see some that have been like sleeping and resting, their heads sort of crane up, and they're now looking down at you guys. More and more seem to be taking an interest.
All right.
I should actually roll perception for Danu. One sec.
Yeah, because if it comes to it, I'm totally fine with grabbing Dominicus and throwing him to the snakes.
Well, you'd have to throw him up.
Well, when they
We
come down. I don't know, how high up is it? How much does he weigh?
Normal dude. The height of the ceiling's probably quite a bit.
Yeah,
7
probably
yards,
not.
8 yards,
He's not
maybe.
that strong. I don't have Haruki level strength.
So, he says, "I'm here to combine these items." And at this point, he has had enough time to fish through his bag and produce the gem. He will sort of
what?
move forward as if he's going to place it into the slot provided.
Berenike is going to try to talk him a little bit here and say, hey, just hold on a second. So what exactly happens when you do this?
And as that's going on, Pentious will be saying, guys, you better look up.
Those of you that look up will now be witness to the creatures that you are disturbing.
Oh, snakes.
Why did
Why
it
does
have
it
to
have to
be
be
snakes?
snakes?
Does anyone suffer from nightmares or flashbacks or anything like that?
Just my phantom voices.
Nope. Oh, Phantom Voices would trigger. Stressful situation.
Nope, nothing for Tyrus.
That's a good point. Make your roll on Phantom Voices. Dominicus says, we will become rich and powerful.
What, like just money appears, or?
It says, together we will become rich and powerful.
So where does the demon fit in?
At this point, he's sort of, his excitement changes and he's taken back. He says, what do you mean, demon?
You know, the one that you talk to when you think nobody's watching.
He sort of twitches a little and he says, I don't talk to a demon. Let me
Shut up.
bring up his image.
Stop talking to me.
He says,
Pentious will try to fast talk him into not moving ahead with this. We need to understand a bit more what is going on.
so he will say, I don't know what you mean, demon. And you can see he sort of twitches a little. And there's, if you have body language as a skill, you may make a roll.
Nobody had body language unless Apentius actually did pick it up.
No, I didn't pick it up. But I would like to try to fast talk him out of putting that damn staff together.
Okay.
Any mods or just flat roll?
Just a flat roll for now.
Well, that was kind of underwhelming for such a high skill.
It was.
He says there's nothing to worry about. And you can see he's, twitching a little bit more. There's seems to be a bit of an internal struggle. And he says, wait, I can do this.
If he starts reaching for Yoda to put the gem on there, Potter's going to smack him with his axe.
He just told you to. He just told you to do it, didn't he?
Can Apentius use occultism to try to understand what is about to happen, or maybe what he's struggling with?
Give me
Did we do that already?
He's possessed by a demon.
you can do a reaction roll, or if someone is obviously the talker here, they can make an influence roll for good reaction.
Okay. I'll try diplomacy then.
All right, so you are negotiating. Wow.
Well, that's what you want to do.
I don't think that means you get a very good reaction. I think it's still just a good reaction.
Well, that would be contested. Yeah, unless you're using... It's just good unless you're using the
Okay, so...
expanded.
what was the thing that, Bernie, you said? That's him talking to you now.
Yeah.
You can see he struggles and he's like, fighting with something internally, and he says, yes, he wants me to proceed.
See, there we go. Honesty.
Could my occultism skill give me any information on how I might understand what's going to play out if he doesn't proceed with this? I think I'm looking for like a counter argument I can give to Dominicus as he's struggling.
Sure, give me a roll on occultism. All right, so usually any deals with demons are never beneficial. There's always a price to pay. So, this demon is obviously trying to coerce the The patrician at the moment is like still somewhat on your side. He's listening to you. He has the gem in his hand. He, he's at least listening to what you have to say if there's concerns and stuff like that. But you can see that he is struggling with something, and you would know that it's obviously the demon trying to say, "Hurry up, do what you got to do." And deals with demons rarely are favorable for anyone except for the demon.
Yeah, can anyone think of a story where the demon wanted you to do something and you wouldn't regret it?
So Pentious will try to convince him that in no way is catering in to the voice in his head going to lead to any good for anyone, least of all him.
And trust Apintius, because he hears voices in his head.
All right. So at this point, he's obviously listening and he's taking on board what you're saying. But all of you are now aware of the sort of squawks and hisses that seem to be, increasing above you.
Also, there are snakes there. We should discuss this out there.
He's going, he wants me to proceed. And he sort of grabs his forehead.
Just to add
as you see that he sort of grabs his forehead, the hand that normally you'd grab your forehead open palmed, but you see the hand that's holding the gem is like clenched really tight onto this gem, and he sort of has that hand to his forehead as he's like battling this demon.
Just to add to the dramatic effect, Hellfire Aura probably would have stopped as I was climbing the stairs.
Lasts for a minute, but yes. So you would no longer be flaming.
What he does in the privacy of his own tent, it's up to him.
Great.
You will hear that his voice, the patrician's voice, suddenly is not his own, and it's like, "Do it! Do it now!"
Can I fast talk the devil?
With your
That's not a question I've ever thought I'd hear. Can I fast talk the devil?
with your occultism success by 9, you would know that demons are, was it indomitable?
Are they?
They are.
Quite frequently, yeah.
Can I? Okay, what the hell? I'll talk to the demon directly then. What is it you want? Why are you torturing Dominicus? What is so important about what's about to go down?
You will hear the demon say, "Don't waste time with these mortals. Do it." At this, the patrician will sort of let out a sort of scream. He goes, "I can't. He's making me." And then
I cast
Sorry, go.
frozen bonds on him. I cast frozen bonds on him.
All right.
Now this is to attach it,
Nice.
and this will be to cast it.
All right. So how does that work?
Okay, give me a second.
He's like, I don't know. Leave me alone.
Okay, so it conjures a block of ice around the body of the target, who must be within 20 yards of the caster, effectively acting as a binding with the engulfing modifier. The strength of the binding is equal to the caster's path of elementalism +3, which would make it 20. As a special effect, any FP lost by the struggling victim can be recovered only with shelter and warmth, but he doesn't become helplessly entangled on a 17 to 18.
Can you drop that into chat?
So we're going to let the snakes eat him?
I'm afraid I can't drop it into chat.
All right, let me find it. So what's your strength? What's its binding strength? It'll be...
It would be 20. 20. And yeah.
Right. The spell will begin to take effect. Everyone will see this this happen. Can I get you to roll a strength of 20? So maybe just set up an other ability roll with a 20 and see what you succeed by.
Nice.
Okay.
Gotta change my dice.
It's those magic dice. They're hacks.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want some.
All right, so the patrician is completely sort of bound in place. He begin to suffocate?
How we had determined it. I don't remember why we determined that, other than it doesn't say they suffocate.
I think the engulfing modifier, because I read it the other day. I think the engulfing modifier means they begin to suffocate. All right, so for dramatic effect, the patrician sort of is encased in this ice. He's frozen. There is torment on his face, and then you will see the ice will crack towards the back of the patrician, and wings will sprout and smash through the ice.
I am smacking this puppy.
Well, the patrician's encased in the ice, so to hit him, you'd have to.
I'm going to hit the ice so he falls on his back and breaks those wings.
You would be able to attack the wings, but you would be attacking the ice that's around him if you just hit him.
Yeah, I'm trying to cause him to fall back onto his back.
Okay.
So he lands on the wings and injures or breaks them.
Okay.
So
Make an attack roll.
All right, this is going to be all out strong because he can't really dodge. So have some all out strong, probably with telegraphed.
All right, I'm not sure how much damage ice does, but you'll chip away at a large chunk of ice.
No, I'm looking more for the kinetic impact, not the cutting. So he's standing there, he's encased in ice, the wings are coming out the back, and I'm hitting him in the front to, with sufficient, ideally with sufficient force that it's going to cause, the whole block of ice, him and the block of ice to fall back. If that isn't going to work, then I guess attacking the wings would make sense. Because I don't understand how the binding works. Is it is the ice? Is he just completely encased in ice, or does the ice
He's
stretch
completely
out underneath
encased.
him? I mean, does it stretch out several feet that is to secure to the floor?
So the ice would be to the floor and encased. So maybe there's a few inches of ice that sort of surround his body.
Okay, then I misunderstood what it looked like. In that case, yeah, he probably would
So
go for one of the wings.
He's an ice block.
Yeah, then he would go for one of the exposed wings.
I recall that wings are targeted like limbs, so -2.
All right, that would still be a hit.
And 16 points of damage cutting should really hurt.
Okay, so can only be repeated every 10 seconds. All right, so as you chop away at the wings, let me just fix this up. You will most certainly cripple that wing.
I don't like things with wings.
You carried a chicken around for how long?
And I ate it. No, wait, I didn't eat it. I gave it away to somebody who ate it.
Didn't you have 2 chickens? You ate one?
I did eat one, and I gave the other to the witch lady.
Right, so you do that much damage. That is more than the amount required to cripple. So
Did I take one of his wings off?
not
has
enough
twice.
to sever, but it is definitely crippled, which means the damage is capped to. All right, there. Okay, we're good. You will see that the patrician is beginning to transform under the ice. You have 10 turns to do something before there can be an attempt to break free. What's happening? Keeping in mind, you can see now one of these flying vipers has left its sort of perch and is flying above, circling.
Mm-hmm. Berenike is going to take his spear and sort of pop that staff out of the groove
Okay. Not a problem. You fish it out.
and then chuck it on the floor.
Let me put a token down. You still don't have access to tokens, right?
Nope, sadly.
It's taking its time. Okay. So, 10 turns. More and more of these things will leave their perch. You feel your presence here is not wanted.
Right. Well, if nobody stops him, Balder's gonna try to
Danu
cripple the other wing.
Danu begins chipping away at the ice to the location where the gem is held in his hand.
Ah, right. Okay. In that case, Balder will say, tell her to, step aside and go for that with the axe, since I do the most damage, I believe.
Wondering, should we just go ahead and break the staff?
Give it to Pentheus. I'm sure he won't get possessed by the evil demon. But yeah, if I can get that free, then I say, if we get the gem, we bug out of this place, leaving him encased in the ice, and then when he breaks free, the snake's eating.
I'll just watch to see once they get the gem. But I'll move over to pick up that staff.
Okay. You can pick up the stuff.
Because this staff is one of the artifacts from the village. Is that correct?
No, it was the gem. She didn't know the staff.
Ooh. Well then,
yeah, she's not aware of the stuff.
No.
Congratulations, you got a magic staff.
I don't want to touch that damn staff.
You're not going to touch another man's staff?
All right. So while all this has been going on, the back and forth chat and such, I would say it would be reasonable to assume a couple of minutes has passed. Is Kurgan doing anything? You've done what you can to help Kudo, but you can see that he's blind, and you've managed to calm him down, but the pain is going to be there for 2d6 days apparently, or 6 days.
Well, unless he's probably just gonna stick with Kudo for now unless he hears screaming or howling or whatever.
Give me a perception roll, Elizabeth.
But he will maybe he'll probably keep an eye out just to make sure that no other plants are waking up, and he'll have his bow at least drawn and ready to fire in case he sees definitely to cover the retreat as they come out of that temple.
All right, so there's no plants that seems to have followed you outside. Give me a perception roll, -5. If you succeed, then you hear, one of the screams and such from what's going on inside the temple.
What about Kudo? Could also Kudo roll? Because he's got good hearing.
He can roll, but he's under the effects of pain and stuff, and he obviously can't hear, but sure, you can make him roll.
What modifiers, or just have him roll and you'll decide if you...
So you don't hear, but you will see Kudo's head will turn and his ears will sort of, how dogs can move their ears directionally. You see sort of his ears perk up and he turns his head back towards the temple.
Knowing Kudo well enough, I know he's hearing something and he's indicating the direction. With that kind of indication, I'll probably be, I'll calm Kudo and let him get him in a nice, comfortable spot tell him to stay, and I will start
Ooh, I'm
heading
glad you
back
finished
towards the
that. I
temple.
was like, man, get him into a comfortable spot. Oh God, are we about to old Yeller here?
No, just saying stay here. I'll be back.
All right,
So
so
Kurgan will start to head back up to the temple then.
I will put you on the map then. Are you stupid enough to go charging through bushes, or are you going to say clear of
No,
bushes?
I'm going to avoid all the bushes.
Okay. You will get here. You have managed to cripple the... oh, actually, no. You stopped going for the wing and started going for the ice, right?
Yeah, to get the gem out. Like I
Right.
said, if I end up severing the hand, I'm fine with that.
All right. So you will see that the ice is sort of cracking under the pressure as the demon that is emerging, or the patrician is transforming into, is obviously larger in size. So you can hear that, and bits of ice will sort of fall off. I will get a strength 20 roll from Apentius versus the demon to break free from the ice. All right, so for the first 10 seconds, the demon remains encased, and I would say that unless the basic set has some stats on ice.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's right above Apentius paste in.
DR equals 1/3 your level. What level?
Probably the
20.
caster level in this case.
So binding is level 20, so that's going to be 7. Each point of damage reduces by 1.
Well, I don't want to free him. I just want to get the hand off.
Okay, so you sit there hacking away at the ice. You're going to be able to, break away the ice at that, where he's holding his hand. Let's
Back
give me.
probably gonna try to sever the hand. And that way, blood will be pumping out. We leave it there, and the snakes will go for the blood part. Give you.
I'm going to do this. One second
that?
while I set stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Just occurred to me, Apentius totally should have done the Hellfire R on himself again, and then just like reached over and like melted around the hand.
That would have been a great idea.
I don't want to get swarmed by snakes.
So are the flying vipers flying around now?
There are more in the rafters, but there are these 7 flying about, and they seem to be rather pissed at you guys. And that is where we start when you finally sever the hand of the patrician, and since his hand is like frozen or whatever, it still grips the gem. So once the hand is almost free, you see Danu will sort of drop her sword and rather frantically grab his hand, and she just starts reefing at the hand to wrench it free, and eventually she pulls the hand free, still clutching the gem.
Right. Retreat. Got the shield over her to protect her from the snakes. And they can have Mr. Demon Guy.
What about the
Kurgan will
star?
stay at the entrance and will peck off any flying snake that seems to target someone.
Apentius, are you going to grab that staff?
No, I'm not grabbing it. Nope.
Decided not to. Okay.
You're
I'm
not
just gonna
curious? Yeah, I think you might need to roll your curious.
Well, if that's the case, I know I'm going to
I
fail that.
don't
so
know
I
if
can
it's
just
going to
grab
be
it
curious.
instead.
That would maybe be more greed. Curious is trying to find out what something does.
Maybe.
Yeah, but if we leave it here, you can never find out what it does.
Fair enough. Roll you're curious. And if someone wants to stop you from touching it, they'd have to make an influence roll on you. So, roll curious for Apentius. There's just this magical staff just laying there on the ground, ready to be picked
Unless
up.
he wants to consciously fail it.
Unless you, yes, choose to fail.
All right, I'll
I
grab
didn't
the
realize
staff.
you had a 6 or less. Wow.
Is anyone saying, don't touch it?
Nope.
Now, Berenike was going to say, hey, grab that, will you?
No, Baldur is, basically holding the shield over Danu as we're heading out.
As I
might as well
touch the
take
staff,
it. Get both walking and key.
as I touch that staff, can I sense its magical power?
Make a roll. IQ plus magery.
And then you explode. Or you go, hey guys, I'm gonna need to go back in there with that gem and this stick just for a couple seconds.
You don't actually have magery.
But I have incantation gift, which gives me a +3 to my sense roll.
Okay, so it does work like that. All right, so yes, it is magical.
Okay, well, I will start moving out of this area with the staff. Maybe somebody with long legs can assist me or leave me behind to be eaten by the creatures.
Hurry up,
Yeah,
short
there's a
round. You're gonna be
perfect,
permanent resident.
there's perfectly big frozen guy who's about to break free, and the snakes will swarm him.
Oh, I forgot I had this.
Meanwhile, back over there by himself, Kudo is singing. He's doing the nobody knows.
That would be somewhat ironic given his current condition.
What did you forget?
Forgot to pay his electric bill.
That.
Oh, yeah. I will cover Apentius as long as he's moving at his maximum velocity.
Right, I'll be out of here in a day.
All right, so we'll start at the top of the round. People make moves.
Right. So, as stated, Baldur is moving alongside Danu. I don't know what her move is, but he's going to be moving at that speed
All right, so
instead of
you
my
will move
normal
on
8.
her turn then.
Yep.
Okay.
Instead of my normal 8.
I am following Apentius, so I will be staggered with him. But if he's only going to move a 3, that means he's going to end up right around here. Now I'll be holding the shield high because I'm expecting incoming.
Kurgan is going to cover the entrance. He has an arrow already knocked, keeping out, and if any snake decides to dive, he will shoot at it.
We'll skip Dominicus for now. I wonder if I should put no.
All right, Matthias is also going to be moving alongside Apentius to make sure he gets out.
Interesting random thought. What if you had effects that instead of being tied to the combat tracker were tied to the calendar?
That doesn't work
That's
in
an
the
extra
sort of
coding,
standard
probably.
stuff. But I guess you could probably do that. Okay, so one of the vipers will swoop. The nearest is Bernie. You have your shields out and ready.
However, Kurgan's weight is probably going to trigger because he said he was waiting for one of them to attack, in which case he was going to shoot it.
All right, so Kurgan, you can shoot
What's the range?
-6. And a further -3 because of size modifier.
It's -9.
Yes. I will let you have your accuracy on this first attack. Let's assume that you were there watching, you saw that it was preparing to attack and aimed at it.
You cut out when you said who it was attacking.
Bernie,
Bernie.
he didn't cut it out. I heard him.
Well, I didn't.
So this will be basic attack at -5. So
You could all out it as well for further +1 if you wanted.
Okay, so -4.
Unless, of course, you get attacked. Then you're screwed. All right.
Well,
That's going to be to a rear hex, so do your damage.
That's also critical, isn't it?
No, because it's -4.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. That'd be by 8 then. Okay. Too bad, so sad. Still, good hit.
All right. Your arrow will pierce this creature and just outright kill it.
It goes in its butt and out its mouth.
I guess you hit it so hard that one of its wings is actually severed, and it falls to the ground in 2 pieces.
Guys, hurry!
Also, you're not getting that arrow back.
Drake, we are leaving.
Are we in combat trackers or combat rounds, or is it just more
This
of
will be
replay?
combat rounds. I'm going to roll.
Oh, you've got hidden enemies. Right.
Oh, you can't see them. Can you not see them?
Starting to see a lot of flying snakes appear.
Okay, you should see.
3,
Which
4,
one did I
2,
kill?
3,
Flying
4,
snake
5,
1?
6, 7.
You killed one here. I've already removed it.
Okay.
We totally heard one of the snakes say, "Dive!"
Absolutely.
So why has nobody moved? We're all still in the same spot.
You're moving on
It's not our
certain
turn.
turns. Oh, that did not do what I wanted to do. So that's a neutral. So this one is just circling.
What are you talking about? That's very good. That guy said, "Nah, I don't want to go down there. There's some dude shooting arrows in." Did you see what happened to Bob?
Bob was a dick. He didn't like him
Went up,
anyway.
yeah, but it went up his bum and came out his mouth. Ew.
All right, so Boulder is the closest here. It swoops and will spit a venom in Boulder's direction.
I'll be throwing my shield in the way.
60 by 3, that's going to be hit. All right. You hear the splatter of venom over your shield. How will I note whether it's engaged? Let's just rename it. All right, so this one is also going to engage. Closest is that group. And this one is also attacking. And the closest is going to be Materius. It will swoop and spit venom at Materius.
I disapprove of this notion entirely, and would very much like to dodge.
All right, there's no one behind you. Yeah, you can't retreat, but that's still a successful dodge. Or you can dive, but that leaves you prone.
No, this is good.
So venom will splatter on the altar behind you. All right, Danu is moving.
I think doing a dive while at the top of the
She's
stairs is
halfway
probably
down.
other consequences involved.
Pentius.
This Hellfire aura is probably not.
So I'm just going to have to spin in place because my move is 3.
Come on.
No, you don't need to. Your facing doesn't affect your first move.
Okay.
As before,
Nope.
going with Denu.
I unfortunately need to remain here so Apentius can get ahead of me.
Those that are attacking and within like 2 yards of you, they're going to be within reach of weapons.
I am going to do all-out defense cover.
All right, so that allows you to move 3
You
or half
skipped
move.
Kurgan.
It doesn't matter. I'm standing still.
That's right. Kurgan's no longer skipped. Kurgan.
Who?
I'm
I don't
gonna
see a
fast
Kurgan on
draw an
there.
arrow. Yeah, why am I not on the combat tracker anymore? There I am.
You were hiding.
Fast draw an arrow and knock it.
All right. The one called attacking shall itself be attacked.
Do your damage. All right, that will outright kill it.
Wonderful.
Which one is that?
It's called attacking.
Okay. You will spear this snake, and it is still stuck to the tip of your spear.
You should leave it like that all the time.
Okay.
Nice. Fling it off.
Not
into another
attacking. So it just moved. Not attacking. Right. This one is going to fly
Like an eagle?
like an eagle, and it is going to attempt to land on Bernie's back. This will be an attack from
That's
behind,
not
so you get.
Bernie's back. That's
Sorry, Boulder's back. This will be an attack from behind, so you basically get no defense.
And I am perfectly fine with that.
Doesn't do
He
that.
comes, yeah, he comes in there and hits me square in the back, but falls.
Yeah, it can't get perch on your back, but you feel it sort of clawing and flapping about there. This one is now attacking. The closest is a Pentius.
So it
It's
was
protected
trying
by
to
a hellfire aura.
it was trying to actually attack, unarmed attack.
It was trying to land on you. Because remember, these are the size of, like, big birds. Like maybe an eagle, I think. So it's tried to land on your back. Most likely to attempt to strike you with a bite.
Yeah, because I think I totally needed to do the unarmed critical miss table, which, that would have worked. It's like,
No, it was just a grapple. So, I don't know, does that still require critical miss table?
it's still a critical miss.
Yes.
Let's do this.
No, it should probably be unarmed
Oh,
critical
wrong
miss.
table.
I rolled earlier up there, or right above that.
All right, we'll take that one.
So takes crushing damage equal to half its thrusting damage. So I think basically what probably happened in that case is I'm in the process of moving and it came sailing in there and it just happened to smack right into my shield.
Yep.
And I'm like, what? What the hell was that?
All right. So, however, this one is attacking, and Pentius is the closest. It will swoop and spit venom.
And do I get my size mod against it?
You will.
Yep.
So you're -1.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it is very good at hitting.
Do you have luck?
It is.
Does the poison even get through the hellfire aura, though? Liquid would
Hellfire's
probably
going.
disintegrate.
No,
That
the
wore off.
Hellfire's
The GM
not on
just
anymore.
forgot to remove the mod.
Gone now.
All right. So I have nothing to defend against this. So roll that damage.
All right, so I'm just checking to see. All right, your DR does not protect you. All right, so you're covered in a spray of this venom. The bits of your skin that are exposed, so it would be your face and hands and whatever, you will feel the venom hit and immediately start taking effect. Can I get you to make a health roll? All right, so you shake off the effects of the venom, but you still take the damage from the venom.
Ow.
Done.
So let me just read this, make sure it's right. Failure reduces nausea, make health. No, so success is fine. So yeah, you just take the effects of the venom. All right, this one is attacking. So it has 3 potential targets. I will roll on my character table. Oh, poor Pentius.
Yay.
Well, he did say something bad was going to happen when he picked up that stick.
Yeah, did that stick give him any superpowers?
No, it did not.
It's a snake attractor.
Success by 4. That's still a hit with size.
I should try to dodge.
I guess
No, do
Um,
not. There is no try.
Bernie can potentially do a sacrificial block.
It's not a thing.
It's not?
Sacrificial dodge.
Okay. Extra
Yeah,
effort.
If he had the teamwork perk, I could block for him, but and we were formed up.
All right. So extra effort gives me what, a +1 or a +2?
2.
2.
Will.
That dodge seems really low. Is that calculated
Because he's
correctly?
dwarfism. I think that affects dodge,
I think that affects move, not dodge.
which affects dodge.
Right, okay. Alright, so that is correct. Make another health roll. And unfortunately, you have to take that damage.
Damn.
Alrighty.
The poison begins coursing through your body, and you immediately feel nauseous. You are now under the effect of nausea. That is, I think, an incapacitating effect, which has other things. Maybe, Daniel, you can look up exactly what that is.
Nauseated. I am at -2 to all attributes and skill rolls and -1 to active defenses as well. Roll versus health after I eat.
Oh man, he's gonna be at half move, half dodge now. He's like got 1 hit point left, I think.
Yeah.
You get a further health roll every day after being poisoned. But you did take 7 damage, so I'll add that to your thing now.
Major wound.
Alright, Pentius is on 1 hit point.
Yeah.
That is a major wound. So Pentius, make a health roll, please.
You trying to kill yourself there, Nosh? Jumping in front of the snakes and crap?
Okay, so you shake off the effects of the major wound, but yes, you're not feeling well at all, and you're very nauseous. Alright, Danu.
And I was basically moving along hers, so he's gonna take a swing at the thing behind him.
Okay, so you're going to do a move and attack then?
Yes, and I am going to be burning the fatigue point to ensure it's not capped at 9. It's already bad enough that I'm at -4 to hit them because of their size.
Alright, she will get to there when she moves. Unfortunately for you, the...
Point of order, he critically failed, so he should have been on the ground, right?
what was the effect?
I don't remember. It's entirely possible that's not the case.
No, it just took the damage.
Ah, okay.
Right, if
And when he
attacking a
gets
foe
down
with
there,
a armed, you fall on the weapon. Suffered. No, it's not doing that. Attacking with natural weapons such as claws or teeth, they break -1 damage on future attacks. Okay, so yeah, no real effects.
right, so took the swing, then he pursued Danu, and then he's going to go into the back-to-back badasses, because this is dumb to not be back-to-back at this point.
What is a Pentius weight with equipment?
Keep in mind,
let's
those
see.
that are 2 hexes from you are within attacking. They're close enough to step and attack and hit them, or if you have reach 2.
Pentius weighs 68 pounds, and I have 35 pounds that I'm carrying.
68, 35 is 90, 100 something.
103.
So a Pentius will
You're going to be at half move and dodge, so
and bear a knee.
that would be...
So that's about as far
move
as I
2.
can go. Well, I actually move 1.5. I'm not sure if we round up or down.
I think it rounds up.
Well, that's probably as far as I'm going to go. I'm feeling pretty crappy.
Do you want to try and hit one of these things? You do have a staff in hand.
I think with my shock values, it's going to be pretty pathetic.
Shock would be at -4, so maximum shock, or maximum shock penalty. Plus the -2 if you're nauseated.
Right. On the other hand, just give me one moment.
1/1000.
Thank you. What the hell?
We are at time.
Oh, yes.
Are you guys okay to play out this escape?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I am, yeah.
Nosh?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to cast another spell.
Okay. Keep in mind it will be at -2.
Yeah.
Except
so,
not the attach roll, but your concentration roll will be.
Right. So It's called Create Golem Warrior.
Ooh.
This is to attach it.
And unfortunately, you will also be at the shock penalty. So nauseous plus shock penalty.
Oh, what the hell? Let's
So -6.
let's try and cast it.
3, 3, 3.
Boo.
I was totally. I saw the 2 6s. I'm like, here comes an 18.
What happens on a failure? I don't remember.
Yeah, just hang on. Failure. The ritual fails. You can try again, but you're at cumulative -1 to skill unless you first wait for the full unmodified casting time of the ritual.
Okay. Boulder. Doing the same?
Yes.
Kurgan.
Loosen an arrow at Flying Snake 3 since it's in the way of Danu and Boulder.
So you're going to be -7 all up.
-5 total. Still hit. The -3 penalty is the size modifier.
Correct. I'm going to this
That
one.
might be a rear hex that you're shooting at it too.
This was one that was flying around, so I'm just going to roll a d6 to determine its facing. All right, so that is a rear hex, so just do your damage. It's just a rear hex. All right, splat one more.
Well, at least they don't have that many hit points.
Neither does a Pentius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just thinking this is totally appropriate. Big Bad is over there, defeated, and we'll lose a PC to some random tiny little thing.
Well, contained. I don't know if I'd say defeated. You know, because
Yeah,
once the ice comes off, hopefully once the ice breaks, he's like makes a lot of noise, and all the remaining snakes just descend on him like piranha.
Okay, Materius.
Yep. Sirius will escape. He will start to make his way down the stairs and then also stab at attacking one.
So that will be side hex. That will be a successful dodge.
That is very impolite.
Unless you want to make... Do you have luck?
I do, and it's back up, but I'd prefer to save it for something just in case.
Alright, so this guy is flying around. He will continue flying around.
Starting to circle the dude who's in ice. Going, oh,
There's a nice fleshy exposed wrist.
that's true. And it's like pumping out blood or ichor at the very least.
This one is attacking, so it's going to fly onto Materius and attempt to grapple. Materius.
I
dodge.
find that very impolite. And so I wish to...
Just sort of flaps onto your front and takes perch unless you can defend.
I wish to back away.
This one is going to fly onto a Pentius, landing on the Pentius's back.
Pentius is starting to feel picked on.
So it's all good. It's all good. They didn't Bereniki have his shield up over me or something?
Well, you were kind of arriving at it.
So you may attempt... Oh, wait a sec. Is that a rear hex? It is a rear hex, so you get no defense. It has taken perch on your back. You feel claws. You feel the flapping behind you, and then you feel sort of claws, bite into the clothes that you wear. You can hear the hissing from this thing behind you.
Okay.
This one's going to, swarm on a Pentius as well. But you do get a defense on this one.
Might as well.
Like, sorry, not really, but sorry.
That will successfully hit.
I don't know if I can retreat anywhere.
You can retreat, but you're going to be at half move dodge.
So
Yes,
you want to
yes.
probably try to parry with that stick.
Yes.
You've got the quarterstaff skill.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe this thing will, it'll be magic, and when you parry it, it'll cause the snake to explode.
Am I at any negatives for active defense right now?
Just your nauseous. So nauseous is a -2 on your skill. So you're, be -1 to your defense.
You can use extra effort and all that. Probably recommend it.
You said -1?
Yes.
Just ignore this roll.
So yeah, if you use extra effort, you'd be at +1.
A success.
Make a skill roll.
Make a which? Oh, sorry?
Make an attack roll with the staff. You get to do damage to it,
Oh, I see.
since your parry equates to knocking out its guy.
Nice.
All right, you can do some damage.
Yeah.
Very
Ouch.
nice.
Splat.
It did explode.
You literally baseballed this thing into oblivion.
My dying breath from hell.
Like said, not today, snake. It's totally that thing is totally stuck in the staff of Deccanwood, whatever the hell, however you pronounce that. It's like stuck in that thing's mouth.
Yeah, probably. Apentius. You have one of these things on your back. You're hanging on to consciousness. Just, 1 hit point.
Fall
Jeez.
flat onto your back and crush it.
Hang on a second.
Damn, I should have. I wish I had not been so zoomed in. I'd seen how close she is to Kurgan, and I would have had Balder turn around and run back up there. Oh well, next round.
Exactly. Kirka would be like, Balder, get Apentius.
Well, I was zoomed in on the thing. I didn't see where how close it was or how much more I needed to actually move.
Okay, I will. I'm going to cast Slumber Unranged, which basically is causes one subject within a yard of me to fall asleep.
Don't miss.
Yeah, but that might affect Berniki as well.
Not if you say one creature and it's a targeted thing, right?
Oh, yes, it is. It is. Yeah, I could cause one subject. Yep. Okay, so this will be for attaching it.
Keep in mind the casting roll is at -2 for nausea.
Well, at least it's only -2 this one.
All right, success by 2.
All right, so what rolls?
So he's got to roll against the better of health or will and beat me, I guess. Meet or beat me.
You needed a better roll. Well,
So that's
So
fine. He rolled the
defender
same
wins.
thing.
All right, so
That's
it's
failed
not-
by 4.
Why?
He failed by 2, and Apentius succeeded by
sorry.
2.
Yeah, my bad. So it falls asleep.
I was like, oh my god, my math isn't that bad, is it?
I was looking at success by 2, which was Apentius's roll,
Right.
but not registering its roll. So it will fall asleep.
Excellent.
So you got a little snake head droops over your shoulder, and it's like, sort of snoring cutely.
Because it's got claws and you're wearing, whatever you're wearing, one of its claws has, got stuck in your clothes, so it's now just hanging off you. But it's no longer attacking.
All right.
Seeing how close we are to Kurgan, Balder's going to tell Danu to keep running. Who the heck moved that? Don't do that.
Go for it.
You made it large. Why'd you do that?
so FYI, use Alt, I think, and drag token. No, it's not Alt. It's Control.
What are you trying to do?
Damn it.
Maybe shift.
No, I tried them all. For some reason, that's not working here. Never mind.
Maybe it's a GM thing. You're trying to do the movement arrow.
Yeah, because it'll do waypoints and shit. I could have sworn that was available to the players, so I don't recall seeing otherwise.
It's fine.
Anyway, whatever. That's
What's
gonna
Bernie
bug me.
doing?
Okay. Right. I think I need to step into Apentius Hex and with the spear hand get a handful of the back of his coat. And that's probably all I'm going to be able to do here.
All right, so you scoop him up.
I'm not scooping him up. I'm going to have to drag him.
Right up. Kurgan, you're going
Want
to
a
fast
draw an
draw.
arrow
Materius.
and knock it.
All right. Matthias is going to go ahead and switch to the reach one grip, and is going to stab at the attacking one. But I did it again. Who did I target? I targeted myself. Okay.
Success by 5.
Well, That's
Still hit
unfortunate.
him.
You get damage.
There we go.
Another snake at the skewered on the end of your spear.
He's got 2 now. Yeah, leave him there, and then we get outside. We can do a campsite, and you can cook them.
And actually, I might be able to use my
No.
poison skill
And
to
they'll
find
be
a
then
cure.
be nice and spicy.
No.
Okay, with the last one there splattered, you will see more of these snakes will, be leaving their perches, but you guys will exit this place, and in classic sort of movie fashion, as you run out the entrance of into this temple, you are followed by a horde of snake things that like bats exiting a cave behind you, but they do not continue to follow or pursue.
They recoil at the bright sunlight. And behind, we hear the crack of the dude breaking free of the ice and getting swarmed by all of them.
All right, give me another strength 20 roll, Apentius. How long does it last for? I don't recall. Is it a minute?
Oh, no, there's no time on it. So you go back to that binding, and I think it's that 10-second.
Okay, so roll again. See how long it takes for him to actually get out. And again.
Maybe you just assume the average on that, because it may take a while.
All right, so he will escape then. So,
And get swarmed by all the snakes.
all right, you will escape the temple. I'm going to assume that none of you try and disturb any of the angry hogweed.
Oh,
Nope.
Avoid it.
Fun thought. Totally need to have some of the snakes go in there and get there, and then they're like fighting with the ragweed themselves.
Yeah, as the snakes sort of burst forth, you will see the odd hogweed, snap and score a meal.
Serves them right.
Okay, let me close some windows.
Once we get to a safe spot, I will provide first aid to Apentius.
I don't feel so well. Why do I have a scratchy thing on my back?
Yeah, I didn't realize it, but if Apentius isn't carrying all his gear, I can actually one-hand lift him.
Yeah, what is he without his kit?
Say 68.
He weighs a whopping 68 pounds.
Yeah, that still puts me in heavy with the all of my with the armor and the axe and stuff like that.
Either way, you'll escape the temple and you'll find yourself outside here again, catching your breath. You will see Bob.
Being eaten by a tree.
No, Bob will be here.
Probably with Kudo. You didn't show him really running him past Kudo.
He's on the ground with Kudo's neck or teeth at his throat going, hello? Could somebody get the dog off, please? Thank you.
He will, as you guys, burst forth, he'll say, "Where's the patrician?"
Turned into a demon. I cut off one of his wings. I think the snakes may have got him.
Snakes?
Flying
Goes,
snakes.
Damn it. Means I'm not getting paid.
And it's like Materius can totally like shake his spear, and the two that are still stuck on there fall out. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
He will look at them and sort of recoil a little bit, saying, "What the hell is that thing?"
Like we said,
Flying
snake.
Wait,
With evil spit.
Just occurs to me, I probably don't know what a snake is because, well, I'm from the cold tundra.
Do they have woolly boas up there?
They might have woolly boas, though.
Well, they do have a very big worm, but it's not a snake. All right, so, okay, just before we wrap it up, there are some potential first aid rolls that can be made.
I rolled one for Pentius right now.
Right, so Pentius will at least get 1 hit point back. If you make a second roll, you can roll a d6 minus 3. All right, so Pentius, you just get 1 hit point back.
Okay.
I'll fix that. There is Boulder that has taken some damage. Actually, no, that was from
old.
before.
Yep, that's old. He's slowly recovering from that.
And
So really,
Materia,
it's Pentius and Kudo. So am I
But you've
able to
already-
try to retreat Kudo again?
you can make 1 roll.
I think you can retreat it later.
Treating
So-
him out is difficult.
Unfortunately, you're not able to help Kudo, but he is most certainly blind for the next 6 days. No one else got blinded or anything.
Well, he doesn't actually know if it's just the 6 days, though. He doesn't know how long it's.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, to be fair, we kind of skated on that one.
We did.
I don't feel so good.
Why did the Wendigo Spirit have to lower my IQ? I would have succeeded some more.
Speaking of,
Right. We have to take them to Danu's shaman.
Correct.
Please and thank you.
That's if we don't just, end up having to put you down.
Hopefully not.
All right, so as you guys are sort of tending to your injuries and recovering, from inside you can hear the screams of what you imagine is the demon trying to fight off snakes and stuff, and then eventually it goes silent. It is about this time that I will get Pentius. Can you please make a IQ plus
Ruh-roh.
Maju roll?
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
Throw that
That was-
spear away.
I was just thinking, at least one useful member of the party is curious enough. He might actually want to know if the demon's dead.
All right. You will feel a change in the staff while you're sort of, you hear the stuff going on in the background. When it sort of goes silent in the back, not too long after, you feel a change in the staff.
And he might be smart enough to just throw it.
Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it what?
It's
Let's
Christmas.
just say it's the magic changes,
It's full
and
now.
it's not. It gives you chills. It's not a good feeling.
Oh,
Do you have thaumatology?
yes.
Make a roll.
Damn.
All right. You're not quite able to deduce what exactly that means.
All right. I think I'm not going to be curious enough to say, hey, I think I should just hold on to this for a little longer. I'm just going to let go of the staff.
Aw.
So I'm not going to touch this thing. I feel like shit. I'm almost dead. I'm not touching it anymore.
All right. So you feel this sudden, creepy, cold, chill down your spine, change in the staff, and then you just toss it aside.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe
People
tell
will notice
Balder
this.
to cut it in half.
Change your mind about the stick?
I wouldn't recommend touching it.
Why? It's a stick. I have an axe.
Did you sense a disturbance in the force?
I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
Maybe we should break it.
I second that.
Balder says, I execute that.
Sure. This is totally going to end up biting us in the ass.
Yep, it's going to explode and distribute Balder over the countryside.
All right. Well,
Bergen backs away and brings Kudo with it.
Smash.
you will cleave the staff in two as you smash it with the axe in a single chop. There is no sort of visible or any effect. Just You now have 2 halves of a staff.
And now we
Well-
killed the only, or destroyed the only thing that can kill the demon. Hooray!
That
Yeah,
was
probably.
disappointing.
Boulder's going to use a word that nobody knows because, well, it's Nordheimer, but it's basically that was anticlimactic.
By Ishtar's pendulous boobs, I don't feel very good.
Well, I think it's time to go to Danu's tribe. She will lead the way.
You will see that the hand that was clutching the gem is sort of starting to thaw, and you will see that she pulls out a sort of cloth and will work the gem free from the frozen fingers. She'll wrap the gem in the cloth and then put it into a pouch.
Told you we would get it back for you.
She says, "Thank you. I will go home now."
Can we see your shaman?
She nods and says, "I will take you to Deviatrix. Perhaps he can help you. And you will all, I assume, follow, and you will disappear into the Pictish Wilderness."
Along with
And-
Bob, who is there in case one of the PCs dies, and we have a walking, talking replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Bob says, "I'm not going through this wilderness on my own. Do you mind if I hang with you guys?"
Well, you were clearly the smartest one of your friends, so
Yeah, here, sure. You hold these things and carry them.
What, the 2 halves of the staff?
God no, I'm just gonna leave that there.
I motion Balder over to talk to me.
Okay.
He can carry me.
Yeah, you'll be fine with some rest. Rub some dirt in it.
We need to put a Pentius in a backpack and strap it to him.
Actually, Kudo can carry a Pentius.
Kudo's blind.
Yeah, but I can lead him.
I don't think Kudo is made for riding.
Yeah,
Kudos-
he's also not trained
Kudos
for
not
it.
trained for underpack.
We just strap a Pentius to Kudo's back, so Kudo has to just
Have
carry it.
you done that to dogs who aren't trained that way?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
want to
they-
see what
they do,
happens.
right?
If you strap
Yeah, they
60
bolt.
pounds to the back of a dog.
All right, but you disappear into the wilderness, and
Make
screen
this into a
fades.
cutscene.
The screen fades as you trek towards Danu's tribe, and we'll leave it there.
Yay, we didn't die.
But
And
It-
Daniel's like, crap, I gotta run Sea Dogs next week.
is Deviatrix able to cure Kurgan and Materius?
We don't know yet.
He can finish the cutscene.
It's not a cutscene. That's a whole nother adventure.
No.
Yeah, we gotta get there, survive the wilderness, all that good stuff.
You have
We
to be
will,
in attendance at my surprise wedding, which surprises even Balder. I'm what?
Yes, you're married now.
And he's like, oh, okay. Wait, I'm what?
We will definitely finish next week.
Oh, we are
We're
finishing.
not
next week.
finished.
No.
I thought we were finished.
Well, we can finish and just leave it up in the air as to whether Materius and
I say we
Kudo.
need to do that. That needs to be the next adventure.
I am perfectly fine with
I'm not because
wrapping
Daniel
this up
doesn't.
next week.
Because Daniel's like being wishy-washy.
So are we playing again next week? One more
Yes.
Conan? Okay.
You have one more trial, one more fight, and this one I think might be interesting. I don't think we've fought a fight like this before.
Right. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna watch the fight while you guys are doing it.
All right,
Well,
so
wouldn't actually be the first time.
2 points. Those creatures were nasty. Yeah,
Evidently.
there's a lot of nasty
were
stuff in
nasty.
those new bestiaries.
They
I
were
was
nasty.
I was looking at the angry hogweed, and I forgot every turn that you're within 5 yards of one of these things, you have to make a health roll or suffer 1 point of toxic damage. So statistically, I think you guys would be in a lot more hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And their poison is wicked. Health -6, and you go blind and take the damage.
Well,
Not to mention, they have a strength of 25 and 50 hit points.
good God.
They're badass plants.
Indeed.
But the good news is they seem to be singularly focused. The moment they get a prey, they're happy.
Well, yeah.
Cool.
All right, so 2 points. We'll wrap it up there.
Excellent.
Any bookkeeping that people want to take care of before we go?
I'd like to purchase a flask of major healing.
You managed to actually burn through quite a few spells this
Sure
session.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the freezing bonds was well timed.
Yeah. That it would have been a shame if you'd have done that earlier. It would have been far less dramatic. So I am considering buying off the struggling wealth at this point. Not that I have a lot of money, but eventually I am going to have to buy that off.
Okay, you managed to get some of your affairs in
Yeah.
order.
I'll decide by next week whether or not I'm going to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, the guy you owed money to died.
All right. If you're watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Can Kudo increase